Yeah. For those of you joining, feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat as well. And also, if you have questions during the session, please feel free to park the questions in the chat, and our colleagues will answer, or we'll have some time to answer any questions left toward the end of the session. So it is 12:33 on my phone, so I'd like to start. Thank you everyone for joining today for this info session for the RISE program. My name is Leonard Dalipi, and I'm a project manager at RISE. And here today with me, I also have Rohit. Rohit, welcome. We'll do our introductions very briefly. Just a few words about myself. So I'm a program manager at Sheridan Edge, or more specifically, I lead the RISE program. So welcome one more time. Welcome to this session. About me, my experience is mostly in entrepreneurship development, that in Canada and abroad, mostly Europe and some in the United States. Within that experience, I've also worked with entrepreneurs in the social impact field. I'm very passionate about entrepreneurship and supporting and working closely with entrepreneurs, developing ideas, growing businesses, and helping out, whether that's from the strategic point of view or financial sustainability point of view. In Canada alone, I worked with over 250 entrepreneurs all over Canada. And then worked in several projects as well when it comes to entrepreneurship development. And lastly, I did my education, my master's education in social entrepreneurship, as well as I have a business consulting postgraduate degree. So with that, I would like to welcome my co-host today, Rohit.
Thanks so much, Leonard. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rohit. I'm with DoGood Funding, and formerly DoGood Fundraising, now DoGood Funding. I've spent years working with nonprofits and charities to help them raise money. And then about 6 years ago, I started a business, and today we are program partners working with RISE to help you raise more money and do good work. And so I've been a grant reviewer and assessor. I have a lot of experience when it comes to grants, loans, and subsidies. And today I'll be sharing a little bit of that throughout our session, and hoping that you'll join me and join all of us in participating in the RISE program as a result of this session.
Okay, thank you, Rohit. Just briefly, like what the agenda is for today, what we are hoping to go through. So we're talking a little bit about EDGE itself and the RISE program. Then we'll talk more in detail about coaching, which is part of the program offering. We'll talk about service providers within the RISE program, Sheridan Edge community, the sustainability resources that are within the program as well. We have a co-working space. We have a guest, one of the cohort members joining us as well. We'll introduce her a little bit later. And then we'll definitely share our information about how to connect with us, how to stay in touch with us if you have further questions later on. And then any other questions that you may have, we'll definitely be really glad to answer them toward the end of the session. But again, please feel free to ask any questions in the chat, and then my colleagues will answer those in the chat as we go through the session. Okay, so I hope this sounds good, and yeah, so we'll hopefully the idea is to have this session for within an hour or so. Okay, so I'm going to move on. So what is EDGE? So EDGE is part of the Sheridan College, and we help impact entrepreneurs create meaningful change for our communities, society, and environment. Now, EDGE, as I mentioned, EDGE is part of the Sheridan College, and currently it has three main programs or three platforms. One is the co-working space, which we will talk briefly a little bit later. We have also a program which helps students develop their business skills, business ideas into startups and so on. And that's student engagement program. And the third program, which we are here today, is the RISE program. RISE program. The RISE program is for social entrepreneurs who are ready to scale their impact enterprises at an accelerated pace. So it's a program dedicated to ventures who are financially sustainable, but also have a social impact or environmental impact, or a mission to create meaningful impact while doing their business. A couple of things that I'd like to mention about the RISE program itself. The program is mostly virtual. It's 8 months long, but it's mostly virtual, and it's on its own pace. So entrepreneurs can work on their own, can continue their work while they are part of the program. However, the program, we start the program with a welcome session, which is in person, as well as we close the program with a ending or a closing session at the end. And we use these events to get to know each other, especially the welcome session. It's more for connecting, getting to know each other, meeting our coaches, meeting the Edge team, and meeting other peers, other entrepreneurs who are part of that cohort. Then we close the session by connecting again and telling the stories, like how the program was, and telling, sharing what the progress was and so far. The whole aim is to support entrepreneurs grow their business while they are part of the program. In addition, Sheridan has 3 campuses, but Edge is based or located in Mississauga. So both these events happen in Mississauga. And what is crucial, among other things, because I wanted to share this slide as well, among other offerings, which again we will mention in this info session today, is the coaching aspect of it. So every entrepreneur will be matched with a coach who is experienced, who is an entrepreneur as well, and helps the founder during that entrepreneurship journey over the program. So in terms of the requirements, because most of you who are or may be interested in applying, just a few criteria that I would like to mention. And of course, you are welcome to ask us or to connect with us later on. One is the venture must be registered. So it must be an entity already. It can be a social enterprise, whether that's for-profit or a nonprofit or a co-op. It must have, the venture must have products and services, must have some market attraction, some sales as well. The founder must also be committed to create social or environmental impact, as well as be willing to commit to working with the coach and help us from time to time with some information that the program needs in terms of like reporting and so far. But more about criteria and any other things that are related to the program, please, I also welcome to visit our website in the meantime, and definitely we'll share our contact information at the end of the session. All right, so with this, I will go into the next topic of our info session, which is the coaching 101 and peer circle coaching. Rohit.
Thanks, Leonard. So I want to tell you a little bit about my experience as a current RISE program participant. The one-on-one coaching that I've been participating in has been pretty helpful in providing me with clarity on challenges that I've been experiencing in the business. My business is DoGood Funding, and I actually come from the nonprofit and charity sector. So I don't personally have a ton of business experience from before I started my venture, And I'm partnered with one of the coaches named Dehan. Now, interestingly, I'm involved in sort of the social innovation space, and Dehan is as well. He also runs a social enterprise, and it's one of the reasons why he was selected as one of the coaches. He has a lot of industry experience. And so we've had a few one-on-one coaching sessions already, and he was able to dive deep into my business in a way that the average person might not be able to do. He understands the challenges that social ventures face, and he also knows how hard it is to grow a social enterprise because he's actually done it successfully. So what's great about the coaching is that the coach encourages you to stick to goals. So we set out some goals and we stick to those goals. He does check-ins with me to make sure that I'm on track. And I think the one-on-one coaching is something that I've never had in this particular way, the way that the RISE program presents it, because it's long, it doesn't seem rushed, it's deep. And so I've already been able to make some improvements in my business. I have my staff now tracking their key performance indicators, KPIs. And this is just one example of what you can do when you have a business coach. I often wanted to have a business coach, but it seemed too expensive. And then all of a sudden, the RISE program came along, and I realized that it's actually quite affordable to take advantage of the program, get coaching, and get all of the other benefits. And of course, we'll talk about the credit that ventures receive soon. So this is all with the goal of achieving more growth for your good work and eventually achieving some sustainability. And I found that that's already happening, and it's only been a few months for me. So that's been fantastic. Now, the sessions that happen in the one-on-ones are virtual, so you can access them anywhere, anytime. My coach, Dehan, was very flexible, and I remember I had to change one of my sessions last minute because of needs of my business. He was totally fine with that. We arrive at the meetings, we talk about what we want to discuss, and then we discuss. I didn't have to spend hours preparing for it. And I found that pretty easy. And, you know, sometimes in coaching, you have to do a lot of homework before the coaching and after the coaching. This coaching was a little different. We got a lot done right in that session. So I thought that was fantastic. I want to tell you about another type of coaching that's involved in the program, that is peer circle coaching. So in our peer circle, I think next slide, the peer circle, it's the same slide. The peer circle allows you to work with a group of participants who are also in the RISE cohort. So I believe my peer circle had about 4 or 5 participants in it who would also join me. And this is a unique method of coaching where the coaching isn't just happening in a top-down way from the coach. It's actually happening laterally from your peers. And so in my peer circle, I had some other business leaders who I met when RISE brought us all together for the first time. So we knew each other, and we were actually able to give each other advice and guidance and tips on our businesses. And just this past week, actually, we all met as a team, and I said to them, you know, we're struggling with marketing. I said, I don't have a dedicated marketing person. What can I do? And my colleagues actually had some pretty great advice to give. And you know, as a business owner, I've been through a lot of mistakes. So I feel like it's valuable to share my challenges with others, and the peer circle allowed me to do that. It's actually pretty fulfilling to have gone through certain things in business and then prevent others from going through those same mistakes. So I found value in that, and I think you will too. I really encourage you to take advantage of RISE for various reasons, but the coaching is a big one.
And right, if I can just add one more thing for the participants in the info session. So one of the reasons we do the welcome session is that in the beginning of the program is that we invite the coaches into this welcome session, and the founders of social enterprises, they meet the coaches, they talk with them, they exchange, you know, questions and answers, and then after that welcome session, we ask the founders if they have any preferences in terms of like their coaches, like who may be a good fit, like what coach they would like to have, and so far. And then we take that information within our team, and then we make those matches, because we feel like, you know, having that making those matches that fit are super important for the founders. and then so they can, like start the program with the coach, and then someone that, understands their business and also has the background to support and guide and throughout the program. And in addition, we also provide founders with a tool which helps them prioritize before meeting the coach for the first time. This tool helps the founders to prioritize some of the key aspects of their business which they would like to talk with their coach. And that's a starting point. Of course, those conversations then evolve, and those goals may change later on, those priorities may change, but however, it's a good start for for an entrepreneur to have that first conversation with their coach.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
let's talk a little bit about the service providers. And full transparency, my company is one of the service providers. We were really happy to negotiate that with the Rise team right from the beginning. And everyone here is curated by Rise. And so the organizers have really chosen curated providers that will help you to rise and to grow your businesses. And so you can see some of the logos here of some of the different curated providers who are helping participants. Now, what's interesting is that you receive $1,000 worth of credits. Okay, so this is real money that you can use to offset the cost of those services. These folks are entrepreneurs, they are businesses, and they're within our ecosystem at Rise. And so we encourage you to learn more about how this program can give you access to their services. So what we do at DoGood, for instance, is we provide support with grants, loans, and subsidies. We will find these opportunities for you. We will write the applications and proposals, and we will provide training as well on how you can do that. So we have some different offerings, and there's actually like an internal portal that you get access to once you join Rise, where you can see how you can spend your credits. And if you want to spend more than $1,000, that's fine. The Rise program gives you $1,000 worth of credits, and you can go above that if you'd like. But there's a whole diversity of different experiences here, including marketing support, accounting support. There's website support, a lot of digital support where you don't have to come in person. You can actually do a lot of this virtually, and you can engage with these curated providers to really help your business in various ways. So I do encourage you to reach out to us if you have questions about this, but I can tell you that there's no other program like this that's offering $1,000 worth of credits, for participating. And so it's a huge incentive to folks because it's actually real money that is available to help you with real services through these curated entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Rohit. Yeah, and we also hope that by working with these service providers, those business relationships will grow and will take will go beyond the program as well. And of course, when we have questions from the entrepreneurs, I'm not sure, which one should I prioritize, which service provider should I go with? We say, okay, let's see, what are some of your priorities now? What did you talk with your coach? And then have a chat. You can. All the service providers are available. For a chat. You can talk with them. See what your goals are. What can they do for you, and then you decide which one fits best for your business or for your project that you're doing at that point of time. So there's a discussion there. There's the process there. We follow, and we try to make sure that the needs of the business are also matched by the service providers. I'd like to move on to the next part of the session. In terms of, as I mentioned, Edge is part of the Sheridan community, and Sheridan is a big college with lots of talent. Part of the RISE program, entrepreneurs also have access to what we call them industry advisors. They are faculty advisors, professionals coming from different industries with lots of experience, whether they are entrepreneurs themselves or work with some in the industry, and they also are teaching, and so they they have the faculty advisors that we have currently, they dedicate their time to meet with entrepreneurs, and so entrepreneurs can reach out to them. We have provide them the access to booking the time to their calendars, and so far, and then they can discuss whether they have a new idea to come up with, or they want to validate like one of their new ideas that they have, or they want to reach out for networking, or whatever question they may have. These faculty advisors are available for them. The way we try to process or to work out in terms of connecting them with industry advisors is that we developed an internal website, which we call it RISE Connect. So entrepreneurs that are part of the program, they have access to RISE Connect, and they can log in, and they see who are the faculty advisors. They have access to their calendars, and they can directly schedule a meeting with them. It's the same with service providers as well. So all the information from service providers is available in the RISE Connect too, so they can directly contact them as well. One more thing I wanted to mention just before I go to the next topic is we also have an internal website called Agency, which supports students find new projects, whether they are part-time or full-time jobs and so forth. And students who are interested, they can post their profiles, their interest there. And this is a good portal for ventures as well, because we have noticed that several entrepreneurs want to hire students, or they may have a project they would like to have, to hire a few students, and so we're building those connections as well between the Sheridan student community and the entrepreneurs themselves. And it's another way, like as a win-win situation, where both entrepreneurs have access to student talent, as well as students have more opportunities for to get some work experience, maybe find their future job, and so forth. And yeah, I mentioned, so I jumped ahead about Agency. So yeah, definitely, again, Agency is, again, one of the community first job boards created to connect our startups and share the student talent here. Moving on the next offer, or that the RISE program offers, is sustainability resources. So the RISE participants, or the RISE cohort participants, can access or can book meetings with three of us. Currently, we're available to talk about whether that's personal sustainability and wellness, or financial sustainability, or anything about environmental sustainability about their ventures. Renee is our director at Edge, and she brings lots of experience when it comes to personal sustainability, and she's available for one-on-one meetings. She's currently also providing yoga sessions for all Edge members. Rohit, I'm not sure if you have attended one of that lately. Myself, I have some background in finance as well, and so I like to work with numbers. I like to work with cash flows, and do planning, like financial planning, and talk about revenue generations and managing costs and so forth. So entrepreneurs are always welcome to chat with me about that aspect of their business. However, I mean, since I also lead the program, they can talk to me about other aspects of the program as well. But I am also available to talk about anything that it's related to finance. In the meantime, we are also looking for other opportunities and resources to create some more financial sustainability sessions and materials to support our entrepreneurs. And of course, Carol is also part of the team, and she is available for anything that is related to environmental sustainability of ventures because of her extensive background in the field. Okay, moving on. I think this is a good topic for you to discuss since you use our co-working space as well. And so I'll let this item for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I almost live at Edge. I work here pretty much 5 days a week, unless I'm meeting with a client or offsite. And I actually moved my whole business here from an office space we used to rent on our own with no support. I was just telling my one of my colleagues that there's so many benefits of being here that we are actually lucky to be here. We have private security because we're on a college campus. We have a receptionist. We have Aditya, who will happily welcome you every time you walk into the space. There's a kitchen that's fully stocked, so we never have to worry about anything. I mean, there's even a dishwasher that runs every day. We don't have to even turn it on. There's a fridge, which is great, where we can bring our lunch, heat our lunch, that sort of thing. They give snacks, right? I mean, where do you go these days that you get anything for free? There's always snacks, and they're good. There's meeting spaces, some very good looking meeting spaces, which actually help you look more professional as a business. And there's other colleagues there who are also entrepreneurs and business owners, and we're often sharing ideas, talking about how we can improve our businesses, talking about challenges. Edge is really good about bringing us together. Sometimes it's just for like samosas, or right now, literally as we speak, there's a crocheting workshop happening. You'll see that on social media. So I have to say that, whether you're a social or environmental impact leader, the benefit of coming to a co-working space is massive. Unless you love sitting at home and working from there, most people say that it is significantly an improvement to come and co-work with people. This space is very professional. It's pretty quiet for those of you who want to get work done, but it's also highly collaborative. So I've actually had 4 of my team members who live, within the vicinity, come in and work here. And when we're all working, we're collaborating probably 200% more than normal. And I've been here sometimes until midnight, and nobody bothers me. I can get my work done. It's quiet. Sometimes I just wander around the space. You'll see me in one of the open concept areas, just kind of pacing while I'm on a call, and nobody can hear you on the other side because there's a giant Lego wall that blocks those spaces. Sometimes I'm sitting on the couch, or I'm eating lunch at one of the desks, or I'm twirling around on a wheelie chair. I mean, this is home, and I've worked in lots of co-working spaces. I've worked out of spaces in Toronto and Brampton. This really is the best one, and they're not paying me to say that. I'm just telling you that genuinely. So I really encourage you to check it out. Even coming in and just seeing what it's like is free. Anybody is welcome to come in and trial the space. But when you join Rise, you get a 50% discount, and that's been really nice for us. We're saving a lot of money by being part of the program, and you already get $1,000 credit. So all the more reason to consider joining. Did you know that Rise members get access to the ability to purchase a gym membership here as well? Did you know that you're automatically going to be invited to events, workshops, trainings? And did you know that if you're facing a challenge in your business, you don't just have staff at Sheridan, you have all the entrepreneurs in the space who can work with you. So I can't tell you enough how much I love being here. And we especially encourage nonprofits to consider setting up here. It's the #1 concern I hear from my clients, that nonprofits say they just don't have access to space, or it's too expensive. Well, for a low cost, you can work out of Edge, and you'll even get a discount being part of this program. So I think there's lots of benefits to co-working here. If you want to know more, ask me about it. I'll happily talk about it anytime.
Thanks, Fred. I do, 2 other things that I enjoy. So first of all, I'd like to mention that Edge team is also present at the co-working space. So that's our office as well. And so we all work together as an edge team, but as well as there are entrepreneurs all over, like around us. And so I really enjoy that, and I see Rohit pretty much every day. Every day I come here, and I enjoy those moments, like we are in the kitchen, grabbing our lunches, and then we have a chat and we talk about the business or something else, about the weather or sports or anything. And so those are great moments. Those are like the opportunities to create those new relationships, like those new friendships that may last for forever. And the other thing, right, I really enjoy is the coffee. I mean, I'm a coffee person, right? So
free coffee.
free coffee. So with that, I would like to invite Alethea. Alethea, I see you are present. Hi. Alethea is one of the members or the cohort participants. Alethea, thank you so much for finding the time to join us and for being our honored guest speaker today. So I'll hand the microphone over to you.
Thanks for having me. And yes, my name is Alethea. I'm the owner and CEO of Minds I Like Consulting and Community Practice. And Minds I Like Consulting and Community Practice is a therapy practice where I am in the process of scaling to hire 5 therapists by the fall. And what we do is work with people that might be facing challenges in their work or personal life, and it's causing them emotional distress. So what we do is hold space for people to challenge and address some of those behaviors that are holding them back, help them to manage their emotions, and also create a wellness plan so they can integrate activities that helps them reduce stress, build resilience, and also help them clear some of those stressors so that they're able to make better decisions for themselves and lead with confidence. And it's such a pleasure to be part of the RISE program. Thanks. One of the things that really stood out for me in the RISE program was something similar to what Rohit had mentioned in terms of the group learning format and the support that we get in that group. I find that it's been tremendous for me to have a group of people that are very supportive. They understand my needs as an entrepreneur and business person. And also the support and ideas and suggestions have been very valuable. And it's helped me tweak a couple of things that I needed to change in my business plan. And I've noticed some growth ever since I have implemented some of those suggestions. And the one-on-one coaching that I have right now is really amazing for me. The direct personal support that I'm getting and suggestions of someone that's in my field and they understand the industry. And it's really a big relief for me to find someone and connect with someone that understands the industry, and they can really focus on some key indicators that I need to look for to narrow down my niche and to find the people that I'm looking for and offer them the support and also the programs that I offer, which are in CBT for the community and for people that need that specific support. So it's been tremendous for me to know that I have a coach that understands me and understands my needs, and then extending it to the larger group, which has been fantastic. Now, in the next couple of months, I am going to be looking to hire and also subcontract. And I know that there are specific organizations that are in the RISE program that can help me with my grant writing and also with my human resource management. And I'm really looking forward to digging into those resources and the use of the hub, which is going to be a lot of fun for me. I can see myself going there in the next couple of months just to have a different focus and a different atmosphere. And I like the fact that there'll be other entrepreneurs there that I can network with and get that sense of comfortability, because sometimes it could be so isolating when you're running a business on your own. And it's nice to know that you can go to a space where everybody's there, they're all working on the same thing, and they can also give you the suggestions that you need. So I'm finding in these spaces that people are not afraid to be open and welcoming and to offer you some suggestions that helps you grow your business. And the networking piece has been so instrumental because we are helping one another. And I have noticed in my cohort that we are getting together and doing some things outside of the group. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to, just to expand those friendships and that networking community.
Okay, so one of our audience members would like to know about the program costs, and if the program is free, what's the structure?
So the program costs for the entire program, 8 months, is $999. We do acknowledge that some ventures may need some support, and so if the cost is something that is a concern, and please let us know. We have a question about that in the application form, but we also talk about that in during the interview. So we'll do our best to our possibilities to help every entrepreneur be part of the program. So please apply, and we can chat about that.
And if someone wants to join, how can they apply for RISE?
The way to apply is online. Please apply online. Submit a form. It's very simplified form. Basically, some of the questions are related to you as an entrepreneur, like contact information, and then we would like to hear a little bit about you, like your background as an entrepreneur, but also a little bit about your venture. Like what the venture does, what's the social impact, revenues, clients, and so far. But we believe that it will take a couple of minutes, but that's the start.
Can you talk a little bit about the value of the program and about the $1,000 credit services?
I can jump in about that.
Yeah.
When I joined, at first I thought, oh my God, $1,000, that's a lot of money. And then I realized that the money that RISE gives you is not monopoly money. It's actually real money. So my venture is one of the service providers. We entered into an agreement with RISE, and every RISE participant that comes to us gets real services. This is actual services that we would invoice for, but they don't pay, right? So many folks in the space say to me all the time, Rohit, can you help us get grants, or can you help us find money to hire an employee? Well, we offer those same services, but we've actually discounted our services for RISE participants. So you get a lot of value if you join RISE and take on DoGood's services, for instance. All of the other curated service providers are also offering customized services for participants. So if you are going out into the broad world and looking for those services, you might not be able to get them at these prices. I was just thinking as we were doing the session, I thought, oh my gosh, I said I needed marketing help, and one of our service providers, actually more than one, does marketing. I wrote down contact service providers for marketing, right? So even I'm saying that as a participant, I'm finding massive value. And I also mentioned that the co-working is discounted. So I need to work from somewhere. I can't stand working from home. So I have to come to Edge. And we actually saw our invoicing get cut in half for me as a result of participating in the program. So I mentioned that was massive. But that money is also another benefit. And then coaching. How much would you pay for coaching? I would probably pay, $100, $150 an hour. Well, that's included in here. And then all these other pieces, the faculty advisors, being able to post your opportunities to get perhaps Sheridan students booking office hours with people like Renee, Leonard, Carol. This also has value. So if you're like me, I'm a bit opportunistic in that if I'm going to pay something, I want massive value. I'm going to participate in every single offering and I'm going to get more than enough value back. I encourage you to do the same, right? So don't think of it as I'm paying $1,000. Think of it as I'm getting $2,000 or $3,000 of value. And you can also include this as a business expense. And so, it is part of your expenses. We all need business expenses in order to balance the books. There's a lot of reasons why you should consider joining a formal program like this, and you'll see how it helps you rise as a business owner.
Thank you, Rohit.
Thank you, Rohit. This is for both Rohit and Alethea. How can, as a participant, they ensure that they get value from the RISE program? What can they do from their end to make sure that they're getting the best out of this program?
That's a great question. I just wanted to add that, the coaching services that I'm receiving, I wouldn't have been able to access this level of service if I did not join the RISE program. And for me, I'm a big person when it comes to accountability, and I journal everything. And when I'm in my meetings and I'm in my group learning meetings, I'm always coming up with some nuggets that I can write down and implement. And I think that's been the biggest thing for me. I've had services, and my business is almost 5 years old in October. I just needed to integrate all of those components into one space. And that's what I'm doing here. And then now I'm actually applying the knowledge that I'm learning, and it's helping me just grow and scale a little bit more. And, there's so much things that you can do alone, but that when you're with a group, you can grow. So I just think for me at this time, it was a really good opportunity to take advantage of industry people that can really help you elevate that vision that you have for yourself and for your business.
So I'll just jump in here.
Okay.
The program is virtual. You can access pretty much all aspects of the program virtually. That makes it really easy to participate, easy to engage with coaches, with other colleagues. And if and when you need to come in, Sheridan College is a 100% accessible institution with elevators and wheelchair access. And, if you need to come in for a gathering, I believe there is a gathering at the start of the cohort, at the end, and perhaps in the middle. It is accessible. The edge space is accessible. And so if you have specific accessibility needs, I encourage you to reach out to the staff who work for RISE and who work for Edge. But I can tell you as a participant, I've literally joined meetings on my phone while on the go, joined from my computer. It's been pretty easy to access, actually. And, we're all busy. We're running businesses. We're running nonprofits. We don't have enough time. And so I can tell you that the program respects your time in that sense.
Okay. I think there are no more questions. I would like to thank you, all of you, for being here today. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your questions. Again, if you're interested in learning more about the program, please feel free to contact us. Reach out anytime by email or come and visit our co-working space. I would also like to thank Alethea for being here today. Thank you so much. And it's so great to see you. And I look forward to see you soon. And of course, a big thank for my co-host, Rohit. Rohit, thank you so much for sharing all your experience and the knowledge you have about the program. And look forward to working with you as well.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Okay. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Have a good afternoon. Bye.